We have been traveling the rich fertile lands of Kenya, far and wide, across the highlands and lowlands of this beautiful country, talking to farmers wherever we go.
We want to give them the help and knowledge they need to improve their farming methods,
increase their income, and turn around their farms into good business for the future.
Join us and our experts on this journey and share their families' experiences as they make the changes.
Karibu to Shamba Shape Up Safari. Last week on Shamba Shape Up, we worked on Christine's farm at Mukumu. That's 8 kilometers from Kakamega. Christine has 1 acre farm that provides for her and her family. And I thought to myself, why not go back there and give her more advice to make sure that her Shamba is truly shaped up? So, let's go back to Christine's farm.
Now last week, Dr. Kirui, a veterinary officer from Coopers, suggested that Christine needed to make sure that her cows were fed properly. So, I've asked Richard from Unga Feeds about what would help Christine's cattle's health. Richard, yes. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah. I noticed they're really undernourished. What do you have for us?
Yeah, I can see there is dairy cattle here.
Yes.
First of all, we start with a calf because I can see there's a calf.
Yes.
Because calf is the future mother.
Yes,
is a
yes.
future cow. So we start with, we have a product, a very good product, which is called Unga Arewina pellet, which starts off the cow. It's protein, it has protein, it gives the cow the first kickoff.
Right.
And it's very nice because it's fed from day 5 onwards up to 2 months.
Right.
Then after 2 months, you can wean the calf. You don't need to continue feeding the calf with the milk if it is using calf pellet. You wean at 2 months.
Right.
So it's a very good product. Then we have a product for the dairy cow, now the mother, which has been milked.
Yes.
Which is called Unga Dairy Meal.
Right.
It's very nutritious. It helps the cow to continue producing milk and more milk.
Richard explained that for every 1 kilogram of Unga dairy milk can lead to an extra 2 liters of milk being produced.
The dairy cows still need a mineral supplement called Unga High Phosphorus.
Right.
This is very important because when you are milking, you are extracting minerals from the cow. You are extracting phosphorus and calcium.
Yes.
And this mineral has those minerals there, which goes back to the cow so that it can produce more milk. A dairy cow should eat 100 grams of Unga High Phosphorus every day.
Richard explained that mineral supplements are also useful for regulating a cow's fertility.
We have a mineral for the calf, which is Afiabola Ready Block.
Right.
This one you keep where the calf is, in a pen. It reeks from the day one. It reeks slowly by slowly. It develops very strong bones and it comes on the required weight.
Thank you so much, Richard.
Okay.
I'm sure Kristen will be very happy.
Okay.
So why don't you take the feed and take it to her?
While Naomi and Richard explain the benefits of Unga feed to Christine, I catch up with Nathaniel from Lakeland, who has some important information about how to spot fake chemicals. Nathaniel, you are an expert from Lakeland, and I want you to help us detect the genuine chemicals from the fake ones. Can you be able to do that?
For example, we have a sample of an example of one of our leading brand that is largely counterfeited in the country. Okay, this is a termite control product called Gladiator. Now, Gladiator is largely fake because of its mobility, demand, and popularity. When you look, we have here 2 sets of products. Okay, this here and this here, to the naked eye, may appear very similar, and it's not very easy to tell immediately. But there are certain things that a farmer can look out for. Number 1, we advise all farmers to go to the agrovets that are certified and approved by the PCPB. They are licensed by KFIS, and they are operating legally. Those are normally regularly inspected to ensure that they are only stocking genuine products. Number 2, you will find that most of the time we have some security marks on the product. On genuine products, you will find, for example, that we have this hologram. Okay? However, that may also appear on the fake products. But
this is a fake one, yeah?
Yes. But when you look at this hologram, it's not exactly the same quality as this hologram here. And we normally conduct education to the stockists so that they are able to tell the difference and impart this to the farmer. Also, during farm field days, we are able to tell the farmer to teach the farmer to tell the difference between a genuine hologram and a fake one. The other thing that we'll be able to tell you as a farmer is the overall quality of the packaging material. When you look at a packaging material like this, and you look at, for example, this one, you will find that even to the touch, this is thicker, this is more translucent, this is lighter, and it looks cheaper. There's another feature that really can give a very strong indication, the price. When you find that a certain product is too cheap, then you as a farmer should have reasons to be afraid, because then it means that most likely that product is counterfeited or it's fake. Okay. Other things that you need to look out for as a farmer is the genuine product will not have the seal broken.
So briefly, what are the dangers of using the fake chemicals?
The first real danger is that you're not sure of what is inside. It may be an extremely hazardous and dangerous product to you and to the environment or to your crops. Okay? So you may apply this and suffer total loss by harming the crops or by harming yourself. Number two, it may be an absolutely useless product that has no effect.
Okay.
So when you apply it, you're not going to get the efficacy that you want.
It could even be water inside.
It could even be water or paraffin. Okay? And then if you do that, it means that you are going to incur double loss, because again, you will still have to buy the real chemical to come and apply.
Wow.
If the season is over, you
got losses.
Yes.
So people have to make sure they are getting genuine products.
Remember, always check that the product you're buying is genuine. Now, where has Naomi gone to?
One of the most important areas of running a successful Shamba is financial planning. Lucy Nguru from FSD Kenya is a financial expert and has come to offer Christine some valuable advice.
I think what Christine needs to do is to just know how much investment will go into her farm.
Right.
And I had projected a bit of that.
Right.
And basically, if you look at the land preparation, all the way to weeding, doing the fertilizers and everything,
Right.
she'll need an investment of close to about 40,000 in an acre. And if she has a good harvest,
Right.
she should be able to make about 51,000.
Right.
And therefore she'll be left with a profit of about 10,000.
That's a healthy profit. By spending 40,000 shillings, she could earn around 50,000 shillings, which means she's made 10,000 shillings. Now, Christine is part of 1 Acre Fund, a savings group. Lucy explains the benefits of such a savings group.
Yes.
And she's able to reduce her costs by participating alongside the other women, so they're reducing their cost of fund.
Right.
Again, being in the 1 Acre Fund helps her to receive free technical support.
Right.
And she also gets her input on credit. Together with her other women members, they are able to work together, and that means that she's able to reduce her cost of farming. So basically what she needs to do, once she has known her investment,
Yes.
she needs to contact her partner, the 1
Right.
Acre Fund,
Yes.
and let them know that she has already mobilized the savings that are required,
Right.
and that her farm is ready. I've seen she's already done the digging.
Savings group like 1 Acre Fund requires you to save a certain amount. So it's really important that you do that in good time before you need their help. And you also need to honor your commitment to pay back any money you borrow. I asked Lucy if she had any further advice.
Make sure that once you harvest, you also don't sell immediately. You hold your maize for a little while so that you can have maximum price from the market.
So, financial planning can help you predict your likely profit, and savings groups can help you with reduced costs, technical support, and labor. They sound like a great idea.
So Christine got good advice on financial planning, cattle feed, cattle shed, water, maize planting, and so much more. That revisit got us thinking, which farm might benefit from my extra bit of advice? So on our way back home, Naomi and I decided to pop in Joseph and Veronica's farm in the dry lands of Machakos.
Joseph and Veronica's Shamba lies on the terrace slopes of the drylands area near Machakos. They have lived and worked here for 41 years and times are tough.
We first visited them a while back, and together with the experts from Kari, nearby Katumani, we managed to solve some of their main farming problems.
But time ran out, so we returned to make sure before we leave for good, their Shamba is well and truly shaped up. Last time we were here, we introduced deep irrigation to Veronica's kitchen garden, demonstrated the latest technology in plowing, explained the benefits of crop diversification, and showed how to anchor these terraces with grasses to stop them from falling down.
But there are still some problems needing to be tackled. So let's get on it.
Daniel and Jane are Veronica and Joseph's neighbors and friends. They often meet to discuss mutual farming problems.
The last time we suggested, they all visited Kari, the agricultural research station in nearby Katumani, to get the best expert advice around.
Then the specialists at Kari came back to the Shamba and gave them the benefit of their expertise with excellent results. They are pleased the Kari experts are keen to visit their Shamba once more to give them the benefit of their knowledge.
Back at Joseph and Veronica's Shamba, we tackled the first problem: cut-off ditches. Our friend and research officer at Kari, Johnston Minor, advises Joseph and Veronica on how to maintain these very important protective ditches.
To retain the retention ditch is you have to clear the grasses, the vegetables that are inside it. Then you have to come and dig the soil that has been brought there by runoff. Okay. And put it on the bank. Then you can make it strong by planting some grasses along it. Okay. Yes.
Well then, let's get started. First task then, clearing the ditches of weeds. And shoveling soil back up onto the ridges that has been flushed down by the rains.
He then goes to explain how the embankment can be anchored to stop it collapsing back into the ditch.
Good enough for you, Mr. Minor?
Yeah, it's good enough. It's now time to plant grasses. Yes.
Okay, Joseph, go. Get some help.
Joseph can come and help me to dig holes 2 feet apart.
Dig holes 2 feet apart at the top of the ridge and plant the grasses.
These grasses are good because they come from this area and they'll anchor the embankment. You can use napier grass, but I recommend these grasses. After planting, you don't have to water the plants because there's enough moisture in the soil. This is good enough. It's now time to plant your fruit trees.
Neighbors Daniel and Jane grow some excellent fruit trees on their Shamba, and Veronica would love to do likewise.
So, Eduardo Kilonzo, Kari's horticultural specialist, has arrived to demonstrate the best way to plant the saplings if she wants a healthy and productive crop.
We dig a 3 by 3 feet hole 3 meters apart. Then we mix topsoil with manure at a ratio of 1 to 2. Then we mix 1 glass of DAP fertilizer to the soil and manure mixture. Fill up to 2/3 of the oil with this mixture. Then put your plant in the middle of the oil and water immediately. One of the benefits of planting fruit trees in the retention ditches is you can intercrop with vegetables, and that is very important. And planting fruit trees, it is very important because they anchor the soil.
You will need manure from the Shamba and the right fertilizer, as it will help growth.
Fruit saplings are not expensive, and they will benefit from the intercropping with your vegetables and help anchor the soil.
And there's pretty much a guaranteed income by selling in the market, one that will increase nicely over the years as the trees get bigger and produce more and more fruit.
The dry lands near Machakos have been experiencing drought for the past 2 years. Times have been tough for the farmer over 4 seasons.
But suddenly there's a welcome change in the weather and the rains have come at last.
And with the arrival of the wet weather, Veronica and Joseph can reap the benefit of the gutters we started to construct last time we were here, to make sure the tank for the dripping irrigation system is always topped up. Let's see how it's all coming along.
And to help them some more, we've donated an overspill water tank so they will be able to harvest every single drop of water to improve things on their Shamba. Hey Tony, isn't it great to see that land is getting greener?
Oh yes, but we better take shelter in our tent. Coming up, how do you solve the problem of having leaking manure on your Shamba?
And will grandson Brian enjoy being able to see in the dark? The day dawns bright on Joseph and Veronica's Shamba, where they've lived and worked for 41 years.
This is our second visit here, and we are managing to knock it into shape. Our curry expert has advised on the best way to maintain cut-off drains and how to anchor the embankment with grasses to stop them collapsing.
And curry horticulturalist has shown Joseph and Veronica how to plant fruit trees to get a really good crop, just like the neighbors. But there's still a lot more for them to learn. Brian is a bright boy.
But looking after his chickens makes the day long. And without adequate light, he's finding it hard to study and tend to his chickens at night time.
Time for a visit from Paul Juguna, manager of D-Light, a company who specializes in solar power.
Okay, Brian, uko standard?
6.
Okay. Na kuja kufanya homework unatumia nini kama taa?
Taa tu.
Hii ya mafuta taa. Na unaiona ikiwa aje?
Iko poa.
Inakuumiza?
Ndio.
Inakuumiza kwa macho ama inakuumiza kwa mapua ama inakuumiza kwa mdomo wapi? Oh, kwa mapua. Okay. Ndio Veronica anaumizwa kwa sana kwa mapua.
Kinunua mafuta taa kwa wiki moja unaweza tumia pesa ngapi?
100.
100.
Sasa zingine nakosa.
Okay. Na umewahi kufikiria kutumia taa ya sola?
Nimesikia ni nzuri.
Sasa juu niliambiwa Brian anasoma kwa bidii na anafuga kuku pia. Nilifikiria labda nije nimpe zawadi ambayo ni taa ya sola kama hii, ambayo haitamuumiza mapua sababu haitoi moshi yoyote na inakupunguzia pia gharama sababu hutanunua mafuta taa tena kwa sababu ya kusoma kwake. Na kutumia ni rahisi sana. Kama ni mchana unatoa nje, unahakikisha hii inaangalia kwa jua sababu hii ndio ina charge. Ikifika jioni unaingia nayo, Brian anasoma, akitaka kuangalia kuku zake pia anatoka nayo nje. So Brian, na ni rahisi sana kutumia. Ukitaka kuwasha just
shika vizuri.
Finya hiyo nini? Finya hapo.
Sawa sawa.
Ukifinya mara ya pili inakuja na nguvu tena, alafu finya tena inazimika.
Shika vizuri ikianguka.
Umefurahi Brian? Sasa hiyo asante sana. Hebu sema sana tuwecheke tuone. Meno zote umetoa? Sasa tumeona solution ni solar. Sasa utaweza kusoma vizuri jioni, unaangalia kuku zako. Na hii taa tena utatumia tena macho. Itakuwa mzuri, si ndio? Na mapua itakuuma tena, sawa? Solar power is cleaner, healthier, and surprisingly affordable. And you don't have to pay those nasty electric or kerosene bills.
Check out Daylight's website for more information.
If Brian likes his chicken farm, then Veronica loves her kitchen garden, which is very important to her as it provides food for the family and some extra income.
Since installing a drip irrigation system and constructing gutters and pipes to feed the tank, water for the moment is not her main priority.
Lacking manure on her shamba, she now needs to learn how to make a compost heap to help her crops to flourish.
Carrie pointed out the benefits of composting when Joseph and Veronica visited earlier. They have now sent over Emerita Njiru, a natural resources expert, to show Veronica how a compost heap can be made cheaply and easily.
So in this area, we know that the soils are low in fertility. So farmers try to plant their crops, but most of the time the soils are not good enough. So in that case, we need to have add some fertilizer in the soil. But the unfortunate thing is that we have the fertilizer if it's an inorganic fertilizer, it has to be bought. And sometimes the farmer does not have enough money to buy it. Encourage them to prepare compost. And now we have a new technology of preparing what you call fortified compost, where we have the normal compost, but we try to fortify it using inorganic fertilizers, small amount of inorganic fertilizers to make it more strong.
Tutangojea siku ngapi tukianza kutumia hii mbolea?
Compost normally takes 4 to 6 months, depending on the type of material used for composting. If the material can decompose quickly, it will take around 4 months. If it's maybe like the maize stover, it will take a longer time, which can go about 6 months. So it is around 4 to 6 months.
This would really help Veronica and Joseph with their crops. So show us how to do it.
Sure, let's do it now. Chop your materials into 1 foot size so that they can easily decompose. Lay down your polythene sheet on a flat ground under a shade where there is no flow of water. The polythene should be 2 meters wide, and the length depends on how much material you have and should be across the direction of the wind. Lay down the dry material on the polythene to a layer of 1 foot high. Add fertilizer, DAP, 500 grams. Spread it evenly on top of the layer. Add 1 kilogram of farmyard manure on the layer and spread it evenly on the layer. Add water evenly on top of the layer and let it sink in. Then add another layer of wet material and repeat the same process of adding fertilizer and farmyard manure and water. When that is done, cover the heap with polythene paper and then drive in a piece of stick which you can use as your thermometer. You have to check when your compost is mature, and there are signs which will show you. This includes a uniform color, it will be odorless, it will be cool enough, and then there will be no much insect movements in the heap. Okay, and that's how we make compost. We'll wait for 1 month, then we turn it, and then we'll have our compost ready after 4 to 6 months.
So Joseph, you need to turn it after 1 month. You come and check it, not every day. You have so many other things to do. And your crops are going to be beautiful and very strong, and you're going to be very, very successful, and you'll do very well, and she'll be very, 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 very proud of you. Okay? Well done, Joseph. Yeah, well done. Thank you.
The great thing about compost heaps is that they cost next to nothing to construct and are really effective. Think how much you might save on fertilizers and how your crops would flourish by using it. A must in every Shamba.
Our time on Joseph and Veronica's Shamba is coming to an end.
But one thing before we go, let's see if Brian is finding his solar power lamp useful. And the chicks... Perfect.
Thousands of people are using a simple text 5606 to find out how they can shape up their Shamba. You could be one of them.
Text 5606 and write the words below to get the latest information. Start texting now.